Hello, my name is Dominic Underhallhouse and welcome to another episode of Moonbreaker. In today's episode, I've decided to basically take a different tact with things for the moment, and I'm just going to be playing things that I enjoy. I'm going to do some videos that are going to be talking about specific lists to try new things. Other times I am going to just be going back and playing things for fun and more making the video about the game than it is about the list. And I think I'm more of a game focused player anyway, and so I just wanted to give it a go and see how that sort of style of making the video goes anyway. So what I wanted to look at first of all is I'm going to go back here and find the best list ever. So this is the one that was at one point in time considered to be the best list in the game, and honestly I just have a lot of fun playing it. I've actually really enjoyed playing both the really slow controlling drawn out games and also the really aggressive push forward and go as much damage as possible games. So I'm really curious to see if I can pull that off again. So we've got this list here. We've got Maximus, Antios, Deadeye as our sort of really early drops here. We've got Drum Dancer Talali as our 2-drop. I think Taria is 3 now. Yeah, Taria is 3 now. And Broken Vengeance as well. So my personal opinion, Maximus, Deadeye and Broken Vengeance are the 3 best units for the early game, just hands down. I don't really see how anything can compete with them. They've got a huge amount of efficiency. 2 damage at range for 1 leadership is massive, and then 3 for 2 is also massive. This is why I think these things are being changed on the experimental server, so hopefully the August update, if it is still August, will have loads of good changes for us as well. We've got Rickety Backfire, so just a huge burst of damage, hit and run, good positioning, you can get the damage in as well, and Aria. Honestly, if I was building a competitive list, my first units I'd put in would always be Deadeye, Maximus, Broken Vengeance, Hit and Run, and Aria. I think they're just the strongest core units we've got at the moment. And then we've got Amplify, Baito and Taria to push a bit more through, with Astra to finish it off and start, making everything attack twice. So we're going to jump straight into a game and see if we can just have another successful PvP outing with it. I've played quite a few games of this off stream or off camera as well, and I've just had loads of fun with it. I think it is aggressive, it is fast, which is not usually my playstyle, but again, it's just you get nice quick games in, you can enjoy yourself, you can just sort of focus on getting better at the game, which is something I definitely need to do. So if you're liking this as well, please do hit the subscribe button, join us on Patreon, just comment on the video, hit the like button. Anything you can do really does help and it means a lot to me. But for now, I'll see you once we're back in the game. Okay, we have found ourselves a game. We're against, I'm going to guess that's IRO, I-R-O-W, but could be L-R-O-W in lowercase. A level 15, also Astra. Nice choice of paint scheme there. I like that. That's very sort of... do you know what? Because of the name and this, it kind of, for some reason, gives me like Avatar Last Airbender feel. The outfit looks a bit like Water Tribe. The name, even if spelt differently, could be like Uncle Iroh from Avatar. I think that would be a fun little homage to make there. I'd love it if we could actually, paint something that had actual sort of homages to those series. So looking at this, we're going to be on the back foot in terms of the damage race, so we're just going to hop over and just... what's the range we got? Yeah, 0%. Nothing good there. We're going to pop our Deadeye down over here and just grow some Cinder down here as well. Probably down there. I believe we should be able to, just move up near enough to it. We maybe should have left a bit more space to move out, but we don't know what style of Astra they're playing it either. They could be an aggressive one. They could, this move looks defensive to me, maybe. 29% isn't a great hit chance, so we don't need to play objectives here. We're the aggressor in this matchup most likely. So there's Maximus, and this is Fixer. Okay, so they're Fixer rather than Deadeye, which is perfectly reasonable if you ask me. So we're going to move up and just get the best shot we can over this side first. We missed, and we also messed this up because we put ourselves out of range. This has gone really well. This is, you know how I said you can learn things from playing this? This is why you need to learn things, because you can sometimes just play like an idiot. Which is pretty reasonable. I can't refresh, there's no point in taking that Cinder Sphere, so I'm just going to deploy Broken Vengeance, probably down here, so Astra has to move to get an angle on me, and then just grow a Cinder Sphere up there. I don't think I've played this start very well at all. Our opponent could easily just push onto us, but they seem to have got some focus on objectives, so maybe if they focus too much on that, we'll be able to get more damage out than they will. So that's their Broken Vengeance, that's fine. If they just put themselves out here, we're just going to throw everything we can at him immediately. Not at him. At her. For a second then I was like, yeah, we'll throw everything at Broken Vengeance, but no, I think I'd rather send it at Astra instead. So Max was coming over here. They're trying to see the Cinder Sphere, but there's no good answer there, which is good for us. Sure. So their only real choice is that... Oh, they got one. That's not bad. We're going to be trying to see through this gap with Broken Vengeance, trying potentially to refresh as well, and then just trying to get maybe 6 to 8 damage through this turn. That miss is quite nice for us. So we need to make sure we can see how far Astra moves and how far we can, push in this situation.
People never learn.
So I think here looks very reasonable. I'm fairly sure Astra can get... Okay, we're going to try and move less far if we don't need to. So we'll go here first of all.
They always go for the
We'll come for about... If we go for like a 50-ish% chance, we'll into the breach. Go for this again. And we're going to move this way so that we're more secure. Deadeye still has a buff, so Deadeye can move here and 100%. And then we can Ozos here. 89, not bad. Okay, we've really put the hurt on them now. And then to be honest, how many HP has Hit and Run got? 8. So they can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they can hit and run here. Honestly, it might just be Arya up here. I think Arya up here actually makes the most sense because she can just move out and activate next turn. So we've put a huge amount of pressure on them already. They're at, half their life total. They can... Okay, so they go for the Broken Vengeance chain, that's fine. So this is obviously something that's just always a risk, but there's not really much to do about it. Like, I don't think there was any situation where we wanted to not do that. It all depends where they go with Astra now, and we're going to obviously be clearing this up with our Astra as well, because we want to hop, shoot, hop, and get more aggressive over here. And that might also just allow us to move over with other units as well. Okay, yeah, so they get Fixer's second activation. Again, low accuracy. Okay, good, that works. So we're going to move, we're going to shoot here, we're going to move Deadeye in, get the, basically try and just take a random shot onto this maybe, or anything that we can hit, and then activate again to move further. So it could be whatever this is, something we go for. And I think next turn we might even just flood the board with things rather than anything else. Okay, so they've got a ton of damage here. So if we go here first,
want some talus fruit?
You know what? So we obviously do this. I think we have to shoot down here. We'll into the breach. I think I'm just going to go all in on shooting their captain and seeing what we can do. I don't know if this is correct. I don't know if we actually have the tools to deal with this. We can't get around over that angle, so we'll just... I'll come up here, I think.
Come on, fellas.
Go on Antios. Astra's coming out and hitting Stillness. Okay, we got that. Then we're going to pop Hit and Run back here, I believe. And just try and get Hit and Run somewhere fairly safe, but not too safe. We want them to have to run this direction, basically. So we put Hit and Run like here. And then we're going to deploy our own Antios. Let's go Antios over here. Steal their spheres. And we might as well just... We don't even need to grow one here. We'll lose those ourselves, though. Yeah, because if we grow Cinder, that's a waste. What all we want to do here is just put pressure on. We've got them down to 10, and they need to kill both Arya and Antios to reasonably have a chance. And we've still got Hit and Run potentially coming from the back. So that's not going to kill Deadeye in time, which is good for us. It does mean... I mean, Deadeye's probably not doing much here anyway, but it means that at least there's a chance that we can see what they do here. This is going to be important, because if they stay anywhere near Antios, we can just end this. Yeah, and they can take their shot now. Okay, so they're going to move away, which means they could be going towards hit and run. So this is why the hit and run is so powerful, because we've just deployed it all the way back here. Oh, that miss is very bad news for our opponent. I mean, to be fair, they haven't moved anyway, so it's not that bad. But if they leave this here, we can potentially just double activate that, or we can move up, hit and run. We might be able to move all the way back around here to Astra, and then move back round again. And then all we need to do is shoot Deadeye, and we've got the answer. So, as it stands at the moment, we've got lethal on the board. Our opponent needs to block us off in one way or another, otherwise we're going to have this fairly easily. I think I've made a lot of mistakes this game, but I think, you know, it's gone fairly well considering. If they... Okay, so we've got this game now. Because what we can do is we can just pop over here, take this hit. We missed anyway. We'll pop over to here, we'll attack. We'll into the breach. We'll attack again. Move down here, bring Deadeye down, and get the 100% kill. There we go. So there was a lot of mistakes there. Like, I don't know if I could have done much about the Broken Vengeance other than maybe put 2 damage on it early so that we won the trade in the long run. That might have helped, but that was a pretty good game. I enjoyed that. Like, it's one of those ones that it does feel a bit like overwhelming. You know, you're putting a lot of pressure on your opponent, and you know it may not necessarily always be the most fun for them, which is the problem. Because I like having, you know, games where my opponent can enjoy themselves as well. But I think given that how short that game was, I'm more than happy to just queue straight back up, play another one. We're against EBC Marquee this time, another Astra. This time no Founders Pack, but they've got a really nice colour scheme. I love the orange Ferg. It's actually really nicely done. Well done, Marquee. That's a good looking Astra. Okay, so the question is, what do we do and who's going first? First is very important here. Okay, it's us again, so we don't have a good angle. But again, this time we are going to shoot these out because having these ready is important. We don't want to take unnecessary damage, so we'll just pop this down here and a Cinder Sphere as well. This way we're not blocking things in weird angles with Cinder Spheres, plus they're more likely to have to move towards us, and they might not know how aggressive we can really be. You know, we're an aggressive list, but a Deadeye turn 1 is a very normal thing to see. You know, this isn't going to be something you look at and go, oh, they're definitely playing that aggro list. So let's see what our opponent chooses to do here. So they can play 2 units as well, which is, you know, a pretty big deal, having an extra entire unit if they've got 2 1-drops. But Broken Vengeance pairs well into all of them, usually. Okay, that's a good position for us. That means that we can probably get 4 damage onto them immediately, if not 6, which is something I'm very happy with. We can basically, you can shoot, we can activate, we can shoot again, because we're going to have, what, 1, 2, 3 Cinder, 5 Cinder, so we can use 1 activation and 2 shooting effects here. And okay, so Antios is good, however, it's very likely that we can just ignore it for this turn at least, and just push on the enemy captain. We're going to put out our Broken Vengeance, who in a following turn can just deal with that very nicely. Yeah, they've got nothing here really. They could hit this, it'd be awkward if they do. Funny enough, we can actually say just out of Antios' range. I think for now... So Antios' range goes back to here, so we want to be just outside of it. So that's 44, so we're going to release those here. We're going to deploy our Broken Vengeance probably just back here, I think. Yeah, deploy it just here. So if we move to here and then shoot, I'll be honest, I kind of feel like I need to shoot the Antios, but yeah, I think that's a good choice. I don't like it, but of course we missed. And then we'll into the breach again. And then we just check his range, move, take the shot again, move slightly further back out of it, and then try and just set ourselves up for... In fact, how far can we round here? Okay, good distance. So if we just Pop ourselves there. We should be safe outside of Antios's range as well. And we'll just grow some more cinder behind us. I don't know if going for the crew is the right choice, but I feel like this positioning doesn't lead itself to us playing as aggressively as we'd like to. So I want to try and just get a board advantage rather than anything else. Because they're now only really going to have 2, possibly 4 damage at our units. And we've got a lot more in return. Yeah, we can potentially... what, 6, 7, 8... we can do... I mean, we're nearly at the point where we can wipe their entire board. If we can get Broken Vengeance in range, actually, we probably could. But this is where we probably consider going more for the face. So that's their Broken Vengeance, that's fine. So it just means that we need to keep ours hidden. I'm going to try and learn from last time. Yeah, I measured it. That's right, OP. I did things with maths. So they're just going to move safely, it looks like. If I could get increased accuracy here, maybe we can go for something, but... okay, so it does look like Antios is going to be what we need to kill here. We can quite easily get that with double Deadeye. Maximus, don't take the wrong target. No! Oh, OP. Oh, the poor opponent. That's not what they wanted to do. So now they've given us another option of killing their units, which is obviously not ideal. If we can move up here, shoot, and then move round again. Yeah. I think that probably wraps it up for that game there. So another quick one. I think our opponent just was very far behind from the early outset, and given that we were going to be able to kill 2 units that turn, and they were going to have to basically to play from the back foot for the rest of the game, it's not something that I'd want to be in that situation either. So I'm going to go for one more game, and oh, these queues are popping amazingly quick. I love it. One more game, and then that'll be it for the video. We're going to go for a trio of basically the best list I can find. Oh, goodness me. And I'm going to lose. I am happy to lose this. I'm assuming this... I mean, this is just Jester, because I think finally we're able to change their name. I haven't played against Jester in months. It's been a very long time. We're probably on very similar lists. So let's see how Jester plays it. Jester is one of the best players in the entire game. So happy to see this go. I wish I'd checked my leaderboard ranking before this. Yep, that's pretty much what I'm going to do as well, is take out one of those and look to deploy my 2 units. They've gone Deadeye, yep. I don't think we can get onto Deadeye here. So I'm just going to... if we get a good percentage shot, I would, but we don't. So I'm just going to hop over here, take this, just deal with that. We're going to pop our own Deadeye and Maximus down. To be honest, it's really tempting to go Antios, but I think Maximus is the right call here. We'll just pop it in here. Maximus is the one we'd rather have them hit anyway. And we'll pop a Cinder Sphere just behind us. Again, making it harder for them to have good targets. But like I said, I don't expect to be able to win versus Jester here. So they can go for many different options here. Okay, so they're just going to go first. What's the game plan here is the question. I think because they're going to... so Jester's going to expect us to go aggro. So I think what we want to do in that case is actually do the opposite. If we can control this board, we're going to have such a strong position in this game. And I don't think we've given him any good angles. Oh, by the way, if you haven't already, whenever Jester streams, just check it out, because Jester's a fantastic player. It's Jester the Food Digester over on Twitch. Okay, yeah. So this is going to be deploying Broken Vengeance, I imagine, and also refreshing here. Okay, yeah, so they just went for the aggro onto us. Refresh, shooting again. Only 64. Okay, so they did miss one. And this is going to be... so this has to be the Broken Vengeance, doesn't it?
Uh-oh. Something sounds imminent.
So I know Jester will tell me, oh, I should have been going for the aggro plays if I go defensive, but I can see this working. Yes, the Broken Vengeance, best unit in the game. Well, best 2-drop in the game. So I think the key thing here is just taking the value in as and when we can get it. So what do we want to do? I'm going to hit Broken Vengeance because I think having 1 point of damage onto it
Being in a lab.
helps a lot. So I get to 29, so I'm going to do this. Ozos myself. Go for Deadeye.
Let's let our
Then I
hair
get it into the breach. Try and get... I mean, I can get like an 86 and just give up this. It doesn't do anything though, so... I don't know what to do. I think we'll shoot here and just go for defensive positioning. It's not great, but it'll do. And over here, just hit this. Of course, we miss one. And then I'm going to deploy our own Broken Vengeance, which is just the only real option here. And I'm going to go right up in their face, I think. So they can trade with this if they want to. But if they trade with this, you know, it is a full-on trade. They're going to have to shoot multiple units this way first. Oh, did we deploy in range of that? We didn't, did we? We did. We're an idiot. Jester will be laughing at me for this. Oh, that's so funny. This is... I always forget the cinder piles every time. I think about it from when I'm using it aggressively, never remember defensively. So this is one of the reasons to shoot them out early, because you can't make silly plays. I could have just pushed this here. There was no reason to put this in range whatsoever. But I chose to, because I'm a fool. Oh dear. So I think at this point, genuinely, I think this game is actually just done. Because I've just given up one of my best units for no reason. And if they enter the breach, they can just move him safely. Yeah, so if they move him to safety now, aggressive is fine. If they want to go aggressive, I will take it. I'll take whatever I can get at this point. I think I need help more than anything. So I will probably be willing to sacrifice multiple damage onto our units just to try and deal with that. But this is going to be, what, like 2-unit drop? Antios yet, and what's the other one? Axel, maybe? Ah, and Talali. Okay, yeah. So, I mean, I need to deal with these or I just lose the game. So I'm pretty much out of this fully at this point. There's nothing really to be done. So shoot this. Shoot this again. We'll into the breach. We'll shoot here. We're going to hop over this way. Like at this point, we just lose on points. I don't even think we can get fully out of range, can I? No. But we'll go for 93% chance on 2 hits. Okay, we did get it at least, which is nice. And then, again, Antios and Tlali is our option here. But I almost want to just go for something like hit and run and try and compete on a different level, but I think we just need more options. And so I think we're going to basically mirror exactly what they just did. And just place Tlali and Antios down fairly... In fact, we can't let Broken Vengeance get near Antios. So Broken Vengeance goes over here. We'll grow some more Cinder back here. So, again, not sure how we do this. We've got the same number of units each left, but we lost Broken Vengeance, which is a far, far better unit than Antios. We also lost one that had far more investment involved as well. So, them being able to put this much damage down at range means Antios is probably dead, but there's a chance we might be able to use this situation to claw back in the race here. This is interesting. Yeah, if they're going for units, that's fine. If we got to the point where Jester has to start dealing with our units rather than our actual, like, captain, then that's fine, because this is an aggressive list that he's playing, and I want to try and defend ourselves as best as possible. Yeah, so now just use Deadeye on either of these two, and they can finish off our Deadeye, which is a big deal as well, because Deadeye is a really, really valuable character. So, use this here. Yep. And they can get an extra move out of it as well, which is nice. Okay. And they've now got access to the other objective a bit easier, which means to me, we're probably playing Arya out next. because we've not got the range and they have, so we are in such a disadvantageous spot. We basically have to put Arya up here to try and compete, but they're going to just put hit and run now. Oh no, okay, so they've gone to Tarius. Yeah, so they're just going to absolutely annihilate us from a different perspective. So Arya coming down up here is our only real option on that front. Can we get in range?
Be fierce and fun.
Let's find out. So we'll just come in here and take this shot.
Whoa, careful.
Have we really blocked ourselves
Let's
off?
let our hair down. It wasn't me.
That's so frustrating. Like, look at this. We can't fit through the gap. No.
Want me?
We'll just take some pot shots over here. So our best shot is actually just coming over here then and just seeing if Into the Breach does anything. Okay, so we can come this way. We can't even deploy anything useful. We're just gonna pop over here, pick up some Cinder, Battle Frenzy, and like otherwise we'd have potentially been looking at getting over here, but all we can do now is push damage onto the enemy captain. And Maximus can just hide back up here, I guess. I don't think we've got this in the slightest. I think this is all going to die. I've kind of just fallen apart. Like, that there has ruined me. It's so funny. Like, I didn't want to have to send Antios back either. I didn't think this through. This was not a good series of turns. Yeah, so we're getting 12 damage here. We're probably just dead. Like, we couldn't get onto anything. Jester absolutely played better than us here, without a doubt. Killing that Broken Vengeance was a big deal. We were left with melee units, they were left with range. And I think that, you know, that sums up how this game was going to go from here. We weren't in a safe position, so if they just refresh here, we get another 6 damage through. Yeah, there we go. Oh, okay, they could go for this. I mean, at this point, you might as well just kill me. They've got me dead anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much what they go for here. Because anything else can just come here and deal with this. We don't have any good range to deal with anything. Like, we've lost this game by a long shot. Like, there is nothing we can do here. The best we might be able to do is poke down a Deadeye. And that's what I'm going to try and do. Because if we can move over here, get a shot, move down this way, refresh our Astra movement, just try and hide away again, but with these units we've got nothing. Like, at all. Okay, so Tali's over there. We just pop over here, hit stillness. I don't think we can even go for the captain, unfortunately. So we'll go for that. Maximus is going to come over here and just poke this. How far can we move? So we can get to 45. I actually think we're best off just... Actually no, let's just go back here and then just clear this up. Take this point away. Because we can't even kill the... We need to kill the Deadeye, but they've got all the accuracy boost. But this means we can run away. Actually, if we get this hit, we're not out of it completely. Okay, so that's okay. We can pop Taria down somewhere, I guess. And we hide over here. I'll grow some Cinder in here as like a line of sight blocking. I mean, I haven't got anything to use our extra uses on anyway. So we could just go hit and run somewhere. I don't think hit and run does anything either. I think it's Rickety Backfire is our best shot. Pop him at the back. Whee, into the breach. I think we are in trouble. Oh, they've got angle this way. Okay, we're dead. If they can get Astra out here... Oh no, they can't get enough distance. So we're nearly dead. Nearly dead. We're a crew down. We're down on life. We're okay on position. So, funny enough, the reason I played Rickety out here is because he's got 5 damage. What I'm going to do is go for a long shot to try and take out Broken Vengeance and basically hope that he doesn't explode. go for the 3 in 10 that he doesn't, and start trying to just use him as a long-ranged barrage and hope that that works. Because we need to deal with these units and we just don't have the resources to do so at the moment. Yep, so this is going to be 8 to our face. We're going to be moving as far away as we can, and if they play hit and run, which I imagine Jester's going to, we're going to be in trouble.
Fantastic move.
Yeah, 8 damage. Perfect. And then what's coming next? Okay, we're just going to be body blocking everything we can. I mean, Arya over there, interesting. Okay, there's the hit and run. So that's fine if that's what we want to go with. Yeah. So we don't have any good targets in this angle anyway. So hit and run just will take some damage basically. So we're just going to poke hit and run. I think that's all we can do in that respect. So we're going to go for 74% chance on this. So if we come over here, okay, so there's no great angles here. So if we move over here, seize initiative on ourselves, go for hits onto hit and run. I don't think we can do anything. I think we have to just run. Go for it. Go on, get the hit, get the hit. Oh, we missed. Of course we missed. Oh dear. We are so out of this game, it's hilarious. We will poke amplify by it, sure. And we're just going to block as many different line of sight routes as we can. So just go to over here. We're going to deploy our own hit and run. Let's pop hit and run over here. Sure. Range attack anyway? Go for that? No? Okay. I mean, I don't know what I was... If we didn't hit this, how are we ever going to pull this through? You know, we've just got to body block our captain and hope they can't get a good line of sight onto us. But I don't know how we were ever going to do it if we just... 70% miss. That could, and if we... So we got literally worst case scenario. We missed and we exploded. What we wanted was to hit and not explode. So now there's very little we can do at any point to deal with this. Yeah. Hit and run's down to 3 at least, which is nice, but they can deal with Altaria fairly easily. I mean, if we can start clearing up their units, we're fine, but they've got so much range damage and we just can't get safe. And with the double activations off of their Astra, you know, I don't see how we do. We need to just sort of entice them to come closer, is the whole problem here. That's all we're working towards, is trying to get them to come to us, because they don't have... Like, Jester doesn't have to. Jester can just sit there and take us out from range. So, for instance, like over here, taking out Artaria. Yeah, like... There you go, we're pretty much dead. 95% chance. 1 in 20. There we go. I'm not surprised Jester found the line, but I'm really happy with how well we held out there. So, there we have it. That was our fun little sort of stint with the aggressive list. That last game was an absolute mess. Like, I played terribly. That Broken Vengeance deployment was really, really funny to me. But it wasn't a good choice. 200. Not the best, not the worst, but I'll take that. There you go, Jester rank 2 at the moment. And but yeah, Jester's a great player, so congratulations. I had a lot of fun, made loads of mistakes, but I haven't been playing, you know, competitive games as often as other people, because I'm much more of a let's just mess around and have fun type. If you've had fun, please do hit the subscribe button, join us on Patreon, like the video, drop a comment, anything you can do to say hello. Just let me know, was this fun, was this enjoyable, like a few quick games of competitive lists, less talk about strategy, more just playing it quick, you know, running through them at lightning speed. Let me know if it's good, and if so, I really appreciate it. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and most importantly, have a good day.